since 1973. We are at Bill Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Here's Mecole Hardman. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. Our first carry for Najee Harris. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Well, this defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Burrow. It's brought in by Harris. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
So, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your
into a double team and it's intercepted. Picked off here to 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second and a yard. Lance, they'll roll him out right. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up the first down.
Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0.
Bills nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Hardman on the return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And he stops right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, They're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st down, Downs, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They hand this off to Harris. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Watch safety green.
Burrow on play action.
Take 4. Take 4.
He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down, and then some.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in the
touchdown Bills. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown score or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense in summer.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
6 yards left on 2nd down. A give running right is Chubb. He can't get him down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
first down. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this only after about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. These two teams all tied after 1.
Options there on the 3rd down play, and we're able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Chubb running right. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. This is Chubb, and they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So 1st and 2nd down with the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take it to it.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just want to vote possible.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
45.
Going to run the toss here to Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Called out a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
Play action. It's Burrow. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
They'll run on first down. Downs. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down still to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Fan. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Right, 80. Right, hot.
Burrow will throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal for the offense. 10-play drive, they might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Lance, rolling to his right. This will be caught, and Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Second and 6.
Lance looking to throw it. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Chubb. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. Mostert now to return.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Right back back to him on first down. And he's got some space here. He's in the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Bills 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you to bigger errors.
10, 11, 11, 11, 11.
Now on 2nd and 13. Coro. This is the tight end fan. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. The 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Well, I tell you what, when you've got a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
Alonso looked to add the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance now to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Isaiah Simmons. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. well upfield across the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
Chubb will get the call, running left, fighting through. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. A carry heading left. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Ball and no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. Lance and company going on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And some room to work. Touchdown, 49ers. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Now the try here for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Niners 27, Bills 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
11 mighty.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark it down at the 49. A big gain there for the Bills. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they go play action now. Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, for that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll buy some time right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you got it out for you to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. They run. Chubb. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 79 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Chubb. Strong running at the 30. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Mike Tim. Hey.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the 49ers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Bills 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go. Ready? Ready, set.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Gun. Back. Ready? They gotta go. It's gonna be a long day. Mike. Back.
And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, 3rd and long.
Ready, set.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the 49ers, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.